What if the two most common pieces of business advice you've ever heard are both right, and both completely wrong for you right now? On one side, you have the gurus screaming, niche down until it hurts. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So you try, but a teeny little voice in your head is questioning why you're cutting off 90% of your potential customers. Then, on the completely opposite side of things, you have the experts telling you to scale and broaden your reach so that you don't limit your potential. So you create a message so wide it could land a jumbo jet. But after running this kind of content for a while, you're not exactly seeing the kind of results you were hoping for. So now, you're kind of stuck in the middle with two super conflicting advice from people who both swear by their methods. The truth is that the problem isn't the advice itself. The problem is that nobody tells you when to apply it. The choice to go narrow or go broad really doesn't even need to be a permanent one, because it's a strategic decision based on where your business is today. So in this video, we're going to cut through the noise. We're going to figure out whether you should be using a laser or a floodlight to attract customers right now. And I'll show you exactly what needs to change on your website and in your emails the moment you make that decision. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about focusing first. I mean, like picking one specific type of person to help. Could be like choosing one industry or like one specific problem or a result you deliver really well. But why does this work though? First of, when you're talking to one type of person about one problem, your website doesn't have to be super complex. It just says exactly what that person needs to hear. And that means more people say yes. It can just point out their pain, kind of like, you're great with numbers, but marketing feels like a foreign language. Boom. An accountant reads that and thinks, yes, that's exactly me. So obviously they don't scroll away because they feel seen by you. Okay, so why else should you be focusing on one really clearly defined type of person? Well, when everything you put out there is built for one type of person, the people who reach out to you actually fit. They've already read your stuff and thought that this person really gets it. So when they contact you, they're not shopping around asking basic questions. They're ready to talk about working together. Third reason, trust happens faster. This is huge. When someone lands on your page and they can just tell that you get what they are going through, when you spell out their pain in a way that resonates and you offer them a really good solution, at that point, they are usually almost certain that you can help them. And they're probably going to feel a more personal connection to your brand because you get them and they can tell because you made it with them in mind. Okay. So we've looked at why you may want to get laser focused on the kind of customer you target. Now let's talk about the opposite. When does it make sense to reach more types of people? Opening up to more people gives you a few things. 1. So obviously, more potential customers. If you've been helping freelance copywriters and you start helping freelance designers too, you just doubled your potential market. More people to reach means more opportunities to grow, different ways in. When you help different types of people, you can create different entry points. Maybe one page on your website talks to solopreneurs, another page talks to small agencies. You're essentially selling the same thing, just angled differently for each group. You're not betting everything on one horse. If your entire income depends on one tiny slice of one industry, and something shifts in that industry, economic downturn, regulation changes, whatever, you're in trouble. Helping more types of people spreads that risk around. But here's the thing though. This only works if your message stays clear for each group. You can't just dump everyone onto the same webpage and hope it works. All right, so how do you actually figure this out? Because most advice just tells you what to do, but not how to know which path is right for you. Let's use what you already have, real information from your actual business. Okay, so first of all, you want to look at who's actually buying from you. Not who you wish was buying from you. Who actually is. If you're paying attention, you'll notice patterns. Maybe you're getting inquiries from 3 different types of businesses, but one type converts to paying customers way more than the others. That's not random. That's your business telling you something. 2, you want to look at what you're actually spending to get each customer. If you're running any kind of paid ads, this is critical. Going broader might get you cheaper clicks because you're reaching more people. But if those people don't actually hire you, you're spending way more per actual customer. On the flip side, targeting a specific group might cost more per click, but if they convert like crazy, your real cost per customer is actually lower. Math actually matters here. 3, Look at what you're actually spending to get each customer. If you're running any kind of paid ads, this is critical. Going broader might get you cheaper clicks because you're reaching more people. But if those people don't actually hire you, you're spending way more per actual customer. On the flip side, targeting a specific group might cost more per click, but if they convert like crazy, your real cost per customer is actually lower. Math matters here. And finally, just ask your favorite clients. This one's so simple, but almost nobody does it. Email them, call them, ask, "Why did you hire us? What problem were you trying to solve?" Their answers will tell you exactly what your message should focus on, and it'll tell you who else out there has that same problem and would hire you too. So many business owners skip this step completely. There are actually so many scenarios where your own customers are literally the answer. You can actually get so many answers if you just ask. Let's make this really practical. How do you decide right now, today? If you're newer, like less than 2 years in, or you're not making steady money yet, I think you might want to consider focusing on one type of customer. I know this feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're leaving money on the table by not trying to help everyone. But here's the hard truth. People don't buy when they're confused. Vague messages don't work. You need to be known for helping one type of person with one problem first. Once you own that space, then you can expand. Your marketing should reflect this. One clear website page. One free guide or checklist that solves one specific problem. One series of emails that talks about that one problem. Don't overthink it. Don't try to cover every possible angle. Just nail one thing. If you're established, you've got steady customers, proven results, and you want to scale up, then you can start reaching more people, but you do it intentionally. You don't just spray your message everywhere and pray something sticks. You create separate paths. A different landing page for each main group you want to reach. Different free resources that speak to different problems. Different email sequences based on where someone came from and what they care about. This is often where service businesses really break through to their next level, not by abandoning what's working, but by taking that proven approach and adapting it for new audiences. So let's look at some questions that may be at the back of your mind right now. If you have more questions, please write them in the comments section and I'll give you a reply as soon as I can. So where were we? Oh yeah. The questions, well, look at the of them. Okay. So, can I just do both at the same time? Technically, yes, but only if you've already nailed one specific audience first. If you're still figuring things out and you try to do both, you'll just confuse yourself and your potential customers. Pick one lane, get really good at it, then expand. Patience pays off here. Okay. So, how do I know when it's time to expand? When you're getting customers regularly. When you've got reviews and success stories. When you start seeing interest from people in related but slightly different markets. If people who don't quite fit your current niche are reaching out asking if you can help them, that's a signal. But don't expand just because you're bored or because some arbitrary timeline says you should. Expand because your business is ready and the opportunity is real. Yeah, but what if the group I'm targeting is too small to sustain my business? Then you're not really in a niche. You're in a tiny market. There's a difference. A good niche is specific enough that your message really resonates, but broad enough that there are plenty of people who need help. If you're targeting female real estate agents in Portland who only sell luxury condos, yeah, that's probably too narrow. But solo real estate agents who struggle to get consistent seller leads, that's specific, but there are thousands of them. If you're worried your niche is too small, test it before you commit. Run some ads. See how many people are searching for solutions. If the numbers don't work, adjust. But don't abandon specificity just because you're scared. So actually, here's what it comes down to. Whether you go narrow or broad, your marketing needs to match that decision. Your website, your emails, your free offers, everything needs to align with who you're talking to and what keeps them up at night. And if you're sitting here thinking, I don't even know where my marketing is breaking down right now, I've got something that'll help. I put together a free 5-minute funnel audit checklist made specifically for service businesses with small teams. It walks you through finding the leaks in your sales process, spotting where people are dropping off, and figuring out what to fix first. That way, you can zero in on the exact parts that need work and start getting better results from your marketing, even with the same amount of traffic you're getting now. The link's in the description. Grab it, run through it, and you'll know exactly what's holding your funnel back. Thanks for watching. This has been Rita with ClicksandThings.com. See you in the next one.